What's going on, guys? Welcome to our Thanksgiving stream today. I don't have any setups yet, so we're going to be going fresh. We're going to be taking a look at a bunch of different pairs and figuring out what we're going to take today. Again, I don't have a trade setup right now, so we're going to go through it together. If you're just joining now, welcome. Make sure you like and subscribe. We're going to get it going here. Alright, let's take a look here. So yesterday on stream we were talking about GBP NZD. Not much has happened other than it staying at the support, so we're not going to touch that right now. We're tracking in the middle on AD USD. CAD JPY should finish up. We have a reverse head and shoulders here. I'll show you guys what that means. You've got a reverse head and shoulders, so you've got your left shoulder, your head, your right shoulder, and then we should see it finish there. So we're going to put that as a buy, and we're going to put that at the top. That's our #1 trade right now. Obviously not in it yet, but we are going to take a look at that heavily. CHF JPY, similar thing, but we're kind of at a level of resistance here, so we're not going to touch that. USD CAD looks like it's going to fall. There's really no, it's kind of in free fall. It passed the support. Any resistance was really right here. Your next level's down here, so if your next level's down here, we should see this move to the downside. Should see that move to the downside. So we're going to put that as a sell and move that up top as well. CHF we're not going to touch. Doge, not going to touch Doge at all. I don't really like what I'm seeing with Doge. Euro USD. I don't really like what I'm seeing here either. There's no definitive price action at all. GJ looks like a sell. If we look at the day, it's at a high, but it could still keep pushing. We're not going to touch GJ. USDJPY looks like it's going to come back down inside there. But we're not necessarily going to get in that one. Yeah, I don't want to get in that. Euro JPY looks like it could be a... So let's see. We have a trend. Hasn't broke the trend at all, and it's been charting sideways for the last 4, 8, 12, 16, 24 hours. So we're not going to touch that one either. And Euro AUD, we did have a break. That's for sure. We have a break on Euro AUD. Break a structure for sure. This could move towards the downside, but it could also be part of the trend line. Right there, but realistically, that's a break of structure right there. That's a break of structure. And we're not touching Bitcoin. Like I told you guys, I called this yesterday. This is going to come up to this upside here. Right about here, around this 94,000, come up to here, reject, and come back down, and you're probably going to see 76K in the next 2 weeks. But we're not going to touch that. CAD, nothing really. This is going to finish the W here. If you were to take a look at... Let's see here. This is going to finish some sort of W pattern. I would suspect this to go up to right here. This would be our next zone. That's exactly where I would expect that to go. Right up here. This is no longer a zone. That's no longer a zone. You just kind of have this right here. And you did have a zone right here as well, actually, I should say. And this looks like it's moving toward the upside, like I said. But no definitive. We'd want a 4-hour close there, in my opinion. That's what we'd want to see. So we can put that as green and also move that up to the trades that we're looking at. So we have 3 that we're looking at right now. I just do want to look at Euro GBP real quick, because this could move. This has had resistance for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's for resistance for almost 45 hours of resistance there at the support. So I would expect this to move toward the upside as well, just based off, yeah, this should be moving up this way. We'll put that as a buy as well, and then we'll move that up. That's probably gonna be our 4th favorite one, though. I didn't really like it as much as I like the CAD JPY trade. CAD JPY trade is probably my favorite trade here right now. We have about, let's take a look at the 1 hour. On the 1 hour, we closed bullish above the, we're looking for a bullish close above the EMA ribbon here. And that's what should finish off our head and shoulders pattern here in the next coming hours. We do want to see a break here on this line. We want to see a candle closure pretty much above this. We want closes above that to get in for sure. But you could also get in right now. But ideally, you're going to want to get closes above that for better confirmation. We did have 2 resistance points here, though. The only thing that scares me a little bit about this trade is that you have resistance here, and resistance here. Now, it is coming back up right now, but 3 resistance points, and this could be a double top. This could be a double top like that and move back down this way. So there's really a couple things that can happen here, but closure above this area is what we're going to want to see to make sure that we have the best probability in making a trade. So it looks like we might hold off for a second here. USD CAD. Yeah, this is a sell all day. This is going to sell down to 1, 2, 3. This is going to sell down to there, in my opinion. We're looking at TP1, TP2, TP3. Especially if we get a bearish close. A bearish engulfing would be really nice. That way we know for sure that this is dropping. But we're going to want to see a candle close. So we're going to pretty much wait in like about 15 minutes to see what we get. So we have CAD JPY buys that we're looking at, and we have USD CAD sells. I'll put that in the chat for you guys so you can follow along here while we decide what we're going to do. We still got a couple minutes though. We just got a new 15-minute candle. So we're going to wait to see what happens here. We're going to wait to see what happens. We can take a look at the 15-minute though on both of these and see what we're looking like. Just kind of sideways tracking, but still in a downward. We have lower lows, lower highs. It's definitely a downtrend. It could drop off at any minute and just move toward the downside, and that's what we're really looking for. CAD JPY. Yo, what's up, man? How you doing? What am I doing? I'm trading. We're trading foreign exchange. We have setups right now on foreign exchange. That's what we're looking at right now. Thanks for joining, guys. Make sure you like and subscribe if you're watching, please. I appreciate it, guys. So on the 15-minute on CAD JPY, we're getting upward momentum, which is great. This is going to be our key zone right here. And on USD CAD, we're also getting downward movement. These are going to run inversely as well, for a couple reasons. But so you have CAD JPY. CAD is the main. CAD is the main currency in the pair, being that it comes first, and CAD is the secondary currency on the USD one because it comes second in the currency. So what that means is these are going to run inversely. So we could take a buy on this and a sell on this at the exact same time. We got 11 minutes left till we have a new candle here. Hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving. I know I did. I ate a lot. Too much, if you ask me. But that happens. Score that Cowboys game. No one's following it. Still 17-14 Cowboys. Almost the end of the third quarter. Alright, so we only have a couple minutes here until we get a new candle. about 9 minutes. We'll figure out if we're going to get in this trade or not. But again, we have this head and shoulders that we're looking at, and we're going to see if this finishes up near this area. If we were to get in this, we'll draw some take profit zones just so we can kind of see where we're at. But you're going to be looking at one there, one there, probably one right here also. That's what we'd be looking at for take profits there. We're going to see here a couple more minutes and we'll decide what we're going to do. What's up, guys? If you're just joining, welcome. Appreciate you dropping in. USD CAD's not getting much movement. We also don't have too much volume. Being that it is Thanksgiving, there is going to be a little bit less volume than normal. But it's only Thanksgiving in America, and foreign exchange is all over the world, so it doesn't really matter to me. We're still going to trade today. We're still going to trade today. We did like GBP USD 2 for a buy. There's a huge upside, but this could be a liquidity pool right here. This could easily be just a liquidity grab right here, where it breaks up over the zone and then comes back down. So that's something we're going to want to keep an eye on. It's definitely something we're going to want to keep an eye on. And then Euro GBP, we're looking at the upside here too. We just haven't had it break. This is also a W pattern though, so if we drew this out, you've got a big W. So that's what we're looking for on this one right there. We'd like to see closure above. So we'll put bullish, closure above. There we go. So we've got ourselves marked up pretty good here. Let everyone in the Telegram know we're live. We got a little less than 4 minutes until we decide on what we're gonna do here. All right, let's see, 3 minutes here. This one might rock it for us. Oh yeah, I like this 4 hour a lot with that big hammer candle right there. The 4 hour on GBP USD looks very solid. Plus there's still 2 hours left in that 4 hour candle, so we'll see what happens there. All right. 4 on USD CAD. It just has tiny bearish candles. I'm not as in favor on that one, but it is in free fall pretty much. And all the technicals are saying, let's see, sell, strong sell, strong sell, sell, strong sell. And on CAD JPY, they're saying buy, strong buy, strong buy, strong buy. So our analysis is going with both the oscillators, the summary, and the moving averages. That's always good when your analysis, your technical analysis, lines up with what the oscillators, moving averages are saying. That's always a plus. So when you're looking at getting in a trade, that's something you definitely want to keep your eye out for. $100% something you want to keep your eye out for. We got 1 more minute until we get a new hour candle, so we're going to flip to the hour chart on all of these. So we're looking here. We're going to watch this. And on here, we're going to watch this. And on Euro GBP, we're going to watch this. And on GBP USD, we're also going to watch this. We did get a bullish closure. GBP USD and CAD JPY are looking like my 2 favorites right here, but GBP USD is looking the most solid. Especially with that full bearish close with no wicks. It was just full pressure upward, which is a positive. So we'll wait a couple minutes here and see what these do. I see this one coming back down to halfway down this last bullish candle, wicking, and then going back up. Same with this one, wick right about here, and then move up. We had a bullish engulfing, so it's a positive sign. We got pretty much no movement on this USD CAD.
But Asana helps you handle it. Asana.
Pretty much like no movement on this USD CAD right here. So that's one that we might just rule out as getting in, even though this chart looks promising. There's just no movement. CAD JPY with a massive bearish candle, but this could be a wick and wick upward. If it breaks below here, we won't even enter it. We won't enter if it breaks that. USD CAD, not a fan. Think yeah, GBP USD is one that we're gonna want to look at heavily here. Five-minute looks promising. We got the full closure above the range. But it is still on a downtrend on the 1 hour. You still have this USD CAD, still no movement. CAD JPY. Yep, there's the wick we were talking about. We're going to take buys on CAD JPY. CAD JPY is the most promising chart right now. So is Euro GBP. That also looks nice too. So there's like a couple different ones here that we actually could get in on. None of them run inversely of each other, which is a good thing. Let's take a look at the 4 hour here. Four hour on CAD JPY looks good. USD CAD, there's not enough movement. GBP USD, man, that looks solid. And Euro GBP also looks solid. The most Yep, I think we're going to get in buys here on GBP USD. I'm going to hold off for another couple minutes just to get our confirmation. Because on all three time frames, on the 15 minute, on the 4 hour, and on the 1 hour, we're looking solid. Euro GBP, the 1 hour looks good because it's not breaking the previous low of the previous bullish candle. The 4 hour looks absolutely phenomenal. Huge wick, massive support here. This is going to reverse. It's, do we want to get in before the breakout or do we want the confirmation of the breakout? And that's where a lot of traders differ in how they get in and get out of trades. All right, so I think we're going to stick with between Euro GBP and CAD JPY. CAD JPY on the 1 hour is still acting funny, but Euro GBP on the 1 hour is looking promising. CAD JPY just doesn't have the confirmation yet for me, especially with this bearish 1 hour candle. But Euro GBP, there is virtually no more selling. And with this closure above, alright, so Euro GBP is what we're going to get it on. And just to confirm, yeah, we're going to get a reversal here. Alright, we're going to take a buy on Euro GBP. I'm in on buys on Euro GBP. So let's go ahead and set this chart up here for a long position. We got in at 87600. 87600. Our stop loss is gonna be below, halfway down. See, that's not bad actually. If we put our stop loss at the lowest low, that's a fair trade right there. So 87487 is where I want that. So our stop loss is going to be 87487. That's where I want our stop loss. And then our take profit's going to be up here. And this could be a longer hold, just based off this being on the 1 hour and the 4 hour chart that we're analyzing on. So let's set up some take profits here. This would be our first. Our second would be right there, and our third is going to be at the top right there. So those are our take profit levels. Our first take profit is 9.8 pips. Our second one is 19, and our third is 33. So we're in on this trade. We're going to go ahead and post this in our Telegram group. If you're lucky enough to be on the live, you get it for free. But the subscribers in the Telegram group are going to get it right now. Set. If you're in the Telegram group, you just got it. This one's probably going to be one where you have to sit for a long time. And I know I've talked about this in my trades and my lives before, but watching and waiting is just the hardest part. It's brutal. But that's what you have to master to be able to do it right. Looks like I got some people on X. What's up, guys? Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. Welcome. Appreciate you guys watching. Put on some more upbeat music. We're in buys. So now we just sit and wait, but you know, again, hardest part by far. How long you guys been trading for? Yeah, I think a lot of people are with their families tonight, to be honest with you. I think most people don't trade on holidays, but found a setup that worked, so. Look at these other ones. See, yeah, CAD JPY didn't do what we want. USD CAD, yeah, it's doing what we want. It's gonna fill this wick and come down. And GBP USD is flying up. Yeah, GBP USD, we'd be about 5 pips in profit. But again, in terms of technologically sound, Euro GBP is the move here. Euro GBP is the move for sure. Looks like most of the viewers are on X today. That's interesting. Typically they're not. That's crazy. We're gonna get a bunch more volume come in here at 7:30. That's typically when we get most of the volume. At least that's when I see most of the volume come in. Got a new ring light. I don't know if you guys tell the difference, but very slow movement here today. We may be sitting in this one for a while, but it's the most technically sound trade, in my opinion, by far, out of the ones that we looked at. Draw some stuff up for you so just the new people coming in can see what's going on. Make that green. We bought at 0.87600 on Euro GBP. I don't know why it makes it so long there like that. We got a nice W pattern going. It's positive. And it's not too bad of a stop loss either. I think it's like 10-ish pips. How many pips is that stop loss? Yeah, right around 10 exactly almost. 10.1 pips is our stop loss. So it's a pretty tight stop loss. So it's a relatively low risk trade if you're using the proper lots and proper lot size and risk management, proper risk management. It's a very relatively low risk trade with very high potential upside. I mean, around 33 pips. So obviously depending on your account size is what each pip will equal, but yeah, 32.8, 33 pips. That's pretty good. I don't hate it. If you're just joining us, we're in long on Euro GBP. Thanks for joining, guys. We're getting some bearish movement here. Let's see. ECBN, as the view is expressed, members must retain an open mind at the possible need for the further cut rate. These are just the ECB minutes. Communication should not remain non-committal. Yeah, none of this is really too pressing, and it was all released 11 hours ago. They're cautioning the UK in terms of the dollar value, which is not surprising at all. And if we go on Forex Factory, which is where I get all my news from, there's no news today. It's obviously a bank holiday in the US, so that's another reason why there's not as much volume today. But they had the consumer climate report for the euro all morning. They had the Italian 10-year bond auction. We had private loans year over year, M3 money supply year over year, and then the ECB monetary policy meeting minutes were released. For JPY, which isn't really necessary information for this trade, but we did have JPY news this afternoon. Unemployment rates, prelim industrial production month over month, and retail sales year over year. So there was some news, but none of it was pressing news that would impact the market. It wasn't very impactful news in terms of the market. We did have some AUD news too, private sector credit, month over month. Hey, Javonte Williams, touchdown. Dak Prescott. Got both those players on my fantasy team. This is going to be a slow-moving trade, just a heads up. Euro GBP looking for buys. Yeah. I don't see it reaching that level down there. I got all the smart margin down here, but you have a high volume zone right there, and that's the high volume zone that we were at, and it didn't break it. It hasn't broken it since November 26th. Actually, further back than that. I mean, it tested it 3 times. Tested it 1, 2, 3. Tested it 4 times. We have 4 tests, all not breaking that. So I'd say that's a pretty strong support. And then if you look further over this way, the last time it broke it was over here. This was October 28th. This was over a month ago. And that was breaking it on the upside. It wasn't breaking it on the downside. Whereas we're testing the downside right here. So, again, I like this trade a lot. Hardest part of trading, talk about it every time, is the waiting part. Especially when you just get a new hour candle. Waiting to see. We would be, I wouldn't say worried, but we would be, I'd be interested to see if it breaks this previous low right here. If it breaks that previous low, we could possibly look to mitigate risk. But again, it's such a tight stop loss, and it hasn't broken it like we talked about since November 26th, yesterday. The stop loss is so tight at 10 pips that we'd probably just let it run its course. You may even want to extend it just a tad past, just in case there's a liquidity grab there. But I fully expect there to be a wick that comes down here. There's definitely going to be some sort of wick that matches the previous bullish candle wick, fills it, and then comes back up. That's just going to be typical. And if we do get rejection off this down here, I would enter again too, because I'm pretty confident in the trade. I would 100% enter again if we do get the drive downward. What's up, Beefsteak? Hope you had a good Thanksgiving, bud. Your wife make you some good turkey? Or maybe you made the turkey. Can't assume these days. Nah, you're not taking those clothes behind me. No, no, no. Those are my new ones. I'll sell you my wedges, though. I'm getting new wedges in January, the SM11s. Got them in gold, stamped with my initials on them and the dollar sign. Because, you know, why wouldn't I? Right on this red line here, we'd look to re-enter and take another position. With proper risk management, you can enter more than one time. No problems with it, as long as you have proper risk management. See what else people are saying. Euro GBP price have finally printed a reversal structured pattern. Most people are waiting for the downward sweep of liquidity, which we saw. The liquidity sweep was down here, and it broke through the zone and then stopped. This was your liquidity sweep. That already happened. And you had two bullish candle closes after it. I mean, this is a bullish candle close, and this is a bullish candle close. So with those two there, we're moving up. Thanks for all the subscribers, guys. I appreciate it. Up to 224. I was at 211 3 days ago. Like 13 new subscriptions. I appreciate you guys. Floating PNL down 2%. Nothing crazy. Let's take a look at this 15-minute and see what we got. We're going to get a new 15-minute candle here in 2 minutes. Yeah, we're going to get a new 15-minute candle here. And we still have higher highs and higher lows again. So this was a low, this was a low, this was a low. They're all higher than each other. This was a high, this was a high, again higher than the previous. So we're definitely on an uptrend. And we're getting some upward pressure. Both candles closed with wicks, which means, you know, the candle opened at lower, but it's pushing upwards with buying pressure. Here's our new 15-minute candle here. See what happens. I would expect it to fill this wick and then move upward. Slow and steady, man. This trade is moving in slow motion, and we have 8.72K volume, so the volume's there. So I'm not worried about that. The volume is definitely there. Till your mom joined.
No.
Yeah. For a minute. Most traders are, in the past 24 hours are looking at this in through a bullish eyes right now. This is a bullish trade. 15-minute may not look like it, but the 4 hour certainly does. Especially because we had no wick on this previous bearish candle on the 4 hour. We had no wick. We may be in this trade for a while, but we had zero wick at all. Which means there was no downward pressure that pushed it back up. It was just straight downward pressure and then stopped. And then this entire next 4 hour candle was all bullish. This right here is what gives me confidence. That right there. That shows that we are at a serious support. I mean, that's 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36. I did that math right. 36 straight hours of not moving off this support line. This, 0.87491. It's the first time that I ran 60 frames per second on a live. That's pretty good.
It's not easy being the one everyone counts on to keep your operation.
Just no movement right now. We had the little wick like we thought halfway down the previous candle on the 1 hour, and it's just kind of chilling right there. We're going to hold this trade just for a couple hours as a heads up, guys. This is not one of those in and out scalps. This is a longer trade for sure. Thank you for the people watching. I appreciate it. I have 59 views. If you're learning something, even if you just want to learn more, make sure you subscribe, like the channel. We have 5.86K of selling volume right now out of the 9.2K, so a little bit more than half isn't selling. take a look at some of the other ones that we had lined up. We had a buy here. That took quite an upturn. That's still a good buy. USD CAD really hasn't done much. It's just charted sideways. And then GBP USD, we're going to need a full candle closure, hour candle closure above the resistance here in order to take a buy. So, based off what I'm seeing, we took the highest probability trade. CHF JBP came back down. Doge is still within its channel. We should see this move to the upside. We should see this move to the upside, but we're not touching crypto right now. Go back to our trade here. Currently 2 pips, 2.5 pips negative. And just a tiny bit of drawdown, only 2%, which isn't bad at all. We're gonna be getting a new 15-minute candle here. And going into the 8 o'clock hour is when we're going to seriously take a look at probably re-entering to get even a better price on this.
Imagine being able to build.
I know I said this yesterday, but I'm still blown away about the TikTok thing. We're going to see what happens here in the next 5 minutes. Because we had a ribbon flip, but again, we still have this uptrend. So, if we can hold this, with some bullish closes, we're going to re-enter. I told you my re-entry spot would be right here. Right here would be my re-entry spot. But it looks like we came to a bit of a halt here in terms of the downward pressure and some buying pressures coming back in. Right now we've got 865. There's a lot of buying pressure coming back in, and we're getting some volume. We're up to 10K volume right now. So let's get a bullish close here. Even if it's a doji or a dragonfly candle, we got no problems with that. That's just another sign that's indicative of a reversal and for it to move toward the upside. And I have 4 minutes until that new candle too. Boy, I don't know about you guys, but I ate too much. I ate too much food. In this next 3 minutes, we'll know if this candle closes bullish or not. Right here. Let's get a green candle there, move toward the upside. This W pattern still looks fantastic. It's almost a textbook W pattern. Yeah. All right. So looks like we may get our bullish green candle close on the 15 here, which would be fantastic. Just as a heads up, I also re-entered a second one at a third of the lot size. So much smaller lot size. But re-entry, we're in for 0.8 total lots. 0.8 lots. Which is leveraging roughly 12% of the account. Chris Harmon, what's up, man? How are you? Appreciate you joining. I entered twice, so I'll show you guys where I re-entered again. What's up, man? I'm doing good. Where are you from? England? Sorry for the ignorant guess if I'm wrong. The mate threw me off though. Where are you from, Chris? And we're gonna get a new hour candle here in 15 minutes. London, it's a good guess. The mate gave me the hint. Cheers. Getting ready for the London session in a couple hours. Well, a little more than a couple hours, but I trade Asian session. That's my favorite session. 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on. Chris, make sure you like and subscribe. I appreciate it, man. Appreciate you showing up. Yeah, the Asian session just has the best movement for me. I don't know why, but it's just, I can see the structures much better, and price action is just way more accurate, in my opinion. Yeah, New York's alright. Hey, thanks for subscribing, Chris. I appreciate it. Just got the notification, man. Thank you. Yeah, the New York, to me, there's just always so much news, and a lot of it's indicative on what the president's doing, what Congress is doing, what House of Representatives is doing, what laws are being passed, the NASDAQ, the S&P, gold. There's just so many more factors that can come into it on the New York session. I feel like the Asian section is more controllable, more predictable. I could be wrong though. That's just how I feel. How long you been trading for, man? Like 12 minutes until we get that new hour candle. Since 2022, nice. 3 years. It's good. I've been trading since I was like 17. I'm 32 now. Someone asked me on stream how old I was yesterday, and I had to whip out the calculator. I didn't know if it was 32 or 33. Yeah, I'm on like 14 years, 15 years of trading. Long time. Wasn't profitable until 7 years in. Self-taught though, you know. I wouldn't say a veteran. There's guys that are a lot better than me out there, but I'm just doing my best, you know. Small profits every day go a long way. We're getting our movement back up here, which is good. We're pushing towards the upside here. We're having buying power come in right now. And we're almost up to 11K volume. So you can see the volumes coming in right now. People are looking at this price action trade and seeing the support right here. You got a really strong support right there. I think, like I was saying earlier, it's, I mean, since the 26th, I mean, you're looking at almost 24-hour support. That's a pretty good indication of a reversal. We're in profit on our re-entered buy right here. So, I talked a little bit about this yesterday on stream. So, gold takes up a lot of your account. Like, if you want to trade gold, you need to have a really big account and use, like, pretty small lots, like micro lots or mini lots. I personally don't like trading gold. And I know it's easy to trade because it's just opposite of the US dollar. If the US dollar's up, gold's down. If the US dollar's down, gold's up. So it's not that it's hard to trade. It's technologically like pretty easy to actually read, but it just takes up so much of your account. like a 0.8 lot or a 1.0 lot on gold is going to take up, you know, $500 to $900 of your account in leverage, and I'm trading at 1 to 1,000, so it's even higher for me. My broker lets me trade at 1 to 1,000. I know most people, they max at 1 to 500. The United States maxes at 1 to 50. That's why you have to use brokers overseas. Do you like trading gold, Chris? Alright, so we got 7 minutes till our new candle close here. Let's take a look at the 5. The 5 had, yeah, 3 bullish candles and a bearish. Yeah, don't get me wrong, it's fun to trade. Just the amount of money it takes up on your account is a lot. I'd rather not leverage that much money. Especially when I can trade at 1 to 1,000, you know. Most brokers don't let you do that. Great 15-minute candle there. Floating piano, we're up 1%, so. If we can get a bullish close on this 15-minute, that'll be real positive. Would be real positive. Even a wick would be good too, because typically it fills the wick. So I wouldn't even be mad about that either. Gold, ES, NASDAQ, and Euro GBP. Yeah, you trade futures. Yeah, I used to trade futures too. I just stick to foreign exchange pairs now. Just the structure works better for my style of trading. But there's nothing wrong with trading them. Like you trade the NAS 100. Yeah, me too, man. Let's see what happens here on this next hour candle. Oh, you like prop firm trading, huh? Not a fan. Not a fan, to be honest with you. I do not like prop firm trading. I trade my own capital. It's just too stringent on on how they make you trade. You can only hold certain drawdown. You can only have certain, you know, you have to trade so many days, make so many trades. It's just too stringent for me. That's just my opinion, though. Everybody's got different opinions. I have a couple reels that are posted on my Instagram and on TikTok, and I've posted a lot about prop firms, and I just rather change my own capital.
Incredible gifts and savings. You'll get the
What prop firm do you use? It is a good opportunity. If you don't have the capital and you need somewhere to start, I agree with you. It's not bad. I trade my own capital, though, just so I don't have to follow someone else's rules, you know? Like, if you find a method that works for you and you're profitable with it, but the prop firm doesn't allow you to trade that way, it, you know, there's a conflict of interest there, and it's tough to be profitable with your own system if the prop firm doesn't allow you to trade that way. That's just how I look at it, though. Got 1 minute here till we get a new candle, and an hour until we get a new 4-hour candle. I still love this 4-hour candle here. This 4-hour candle is extremely bullish. I mean, you got 12.4K of bullish volume. That's a positive right there. We'll see what we get here in a minute. Alright, Cowboys and the overhit. Migio, what's up, man? Yes, I am in a trade right now. We're in buys on Euro GBP. Buys on Euro GBP. And it's not too late to get in either. In fact, I've got in the second position at the green line right there where it says re-entered on buys. Our original entry was right here. This was our original entry, as you can see, and then we took another entry right here. So entered twice. If you're lost on where to start, my advice would be to just watch YouTube videos and try and take in as much as you can. Watch other traders live, and then figure out what system works best for you. That's the way to do it. There's no shortcuts, there's no quick way around it. It's just trial and error. That's the way to do it, man. Just trial and error. Like I was telling Chris, I've been trading for almost 15 years, and it took me a long time to become profitable. I'm also pretty stubborn, but you know, it takes time to get your own system down, make your own rules, and figure out what's going on. I don't think we're going to break that green line there, that 87576, 0.87576. I think that's our support right there. Made money, for sure. Yeah. Definitely made money. Getting some good buying pressure, pushing this back up. This new hour filled that wick, which we expected, fully expected to fill this wick right here. And then I'm going to think we see the push up that way. It's based on my technical analysis. If you look at my last two trades, and I have a private Telegram group, the last two trades that we took yesterday and the day before, let's see, yesterday we took 45 pips profit in a short on USDJPY, and the day before we took long on CHFJPY and ended up in over 120 pips profit. We took 75% at TP1 and let 25% runners go all the way up to about 120 pips profit. So since I started live streaming again, I used to do this, you know, a couple years ago. I just started live streaming again the past couple days. I'm going to continue to do this every night, but since we're 2-0. 2-0 in 2 days, so yeah, I agree with you, Chris. Start with drawing support resistance lines. That's going to help you out tremendously. If you can find high volume zones and identify your support and resistance, that's going to help you out huge. Danielle Morris, thank you for the subscription. Appreciate you. We're going to give this another 15 minutes on stream. I'm going to stay in this trade. I'm not getting out of it. Yeah, I'm streaming on X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it, YouTube, Twitch, and Instagram right now through Streamlabs. I don't know why my TikTok got like not shut off, but like banned for 6 days. I'm not sure why. I think it's because it's like financial. It's not financial advice. I'm not giving financial advice, but they consider it financial advice, so I think they banned me for 6 days. But TikTok is where I was getting a lot of views.
Tough, but Asana helps you handle it. That's because Asana is
TikTok and YouTube is where I get a lot of my views. Migio, is that you that just subscribed on YouTube? I do play golf. Actually, my full-time job is I'm a golf professional. I'm the director of golf at a golf course in Daytona Beach here called LPGA International. So my full-time job is I run a golf course. I appreciate you following on Twitch, though. Thank you. Yeah, on my YouTube channel, though, you can see I have a ton of golf stuff. Hell yeah, that's awesome, man. Golf's a fun sport. It's expensive, but it's fun. It's a lot cheaper in London, I know that. Golf's expensive in America. Oh, you're in Australia. Nice. Land down under. That was my best impression. I've always wanted to go there. It's a long flight from Florida, man. It's a long flight. Takes like 19 to 25 hours, depending on the layovers, from Orlando to Sydney. Very hot at the moment? Yeah, I'm sure. We're like 60 degrees, 70 degrees. Actually, we were at 80 the other day. Fahrenheit. You guys probably use Celsius, right? Yeah, I don't know how to do the conversion, but... Here we go. And that hour movement started moving nice for us with some nice buying pressure. Let's look at that 1 hour. It's exactly what we thought was going to happen. So, if you take a look here, it said that we were going to come down to this wick where we rebought in and move up. And we should see this climb through. And once we break this right here, we're going to be home free to move up to our take profits. Get rid of these damn arrows. They're in the way. But yeah, marking up your chart, how much profit am I expecting to take? I'm not going to give you a dollar amount, but in terms of percentage wise, 8 to 10%. Obviously, it depends what your account size is. But I'm aiming for 8 to 10% gain on this trade. I'll take partials at like 6%. Yesterday we made a 15% trade. If you can aim to get like 3 to 7% per day, that's fantastic. That's above most traders. And if you can trade at anything over 68%, 68% trade rate, like that's phenomenal. Right now we're currently up 2%. So it's all relative to the size of your account. Lola Star, thank you. I appreciate that. First time watching a live trade. This is very helpful. Learned a lot. Good. I appreciate it. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you like and subscribe. It'll let you know when I go live every day. We're gonna be sitting on our hands here for a little bit with this trade, but we got the bullish movement that we were looking for. Yes, I do trade crypto. Crypto's fun, but it is extremely volatile. That's the thing I will say. And when you leverage with crypto, it's totally different than leveraging with foreign exchange currencies. Like crypto leveraging, you can go insane. I mean, if you traded like on Phantom Wallet, you can trade at like 1 to 100,000 leverage. So it's dangerous if you don't know what you're doing. But yeah, I do sometimes. Like we have a Doge chart right here. Like this Doge chart just broke. If you look at this Doge chart, so we have the channel here. It broke. We have a break of resistance, right, or a break of structure right there. This is a break of structure. You can expect this to come down and retest this line, and then probably come right back down here, this area, because most cryptos are pretty bearish right now. But yeah, I mean, Doge is a sell right now. This is gonna fill this zone. You can measure it out too. I mean, you're looking at like 300 crypto pips, which is a lot if you were to sell. But like I said, you're probably going to get, before it drops, you're going to get something like where it comes up to like retest this area and then back down. Like that's something that you'd see. Because your break of structure is right here. Yeah, I trade crypto live sometimes. Yeah. Not as of recently. Just I've been seeing Forex charts a lot better. So I just would rather stick with what I'm seeing better, you know. Whatever's going to be more profitable. But this is something that you can expect to see on Doge. Yeah, so you got Doge sells with break of structure right there. That's what I'd be looking for. I'd look to enter somewhere around here. You could sell and hold some drawdown, but probably looking at something like that. But let's get back to our trade here. Yeah, it still looks solid. It's just slow moving. We're up to 15.5K in volume too, so the volume's only climbing right now. It's the Asian session and we're trading European pairs right now, so going further into the night right now, well, night for me, it's only going to gain more and more volume, and we'll start to see the movement a lot quicker. Alright, let's take a look at the 15 here. Nice. We had a bullish close on the 15 on this previous candle, so again, we should start to see this moving toward the upside. That's what we're looking for. And I mentioned this yesterday on trade, on live, but like this is by far the hardest part of trading. I don't care about how you do your setups, learning how to do your setups, the emotional side of it, and actually sitting in your trade, looking at it, starting to question yourself. Like, people do that all the time. If I get in a trade, it's because it matches all my criteria and I'm confident in it. Otherwise, I won't get in a trade. There's no reason to force a trade, ever. And with proper risk management, you'll never blow an account. Like I talked about earlier, if you blow an account, it's because you're over leveraging. I've done it plenty of times. You get greedy, you fall in love with a trade, think, oh, there's no way this goes the other way, and then it does. But you know, we even entered twice on this, and I'm still not over leveraged at all. I'm only risking right now maybe 10%, which is high, but I'm a high leverage trader, so risking 10% of my account is high. I'll be the first to admit that. But I'm a high leverage, high risk trader. I've also been doing it for a long time though, so I know when to mitigate risk, when to get out, to ensure that that doesn't happen. We got about 10 more minutes until we have a new candle coming here. Couple more minutes here.
Build a website you love with Wix. Where your words
15 minute. Yeah, we got 8 minutes. And we're not breaking the previous lows, which is definitely a positive. On this 15-minute candles, we haven't broke the previous low on this current 15-minute candle, which is a positive. So that green line that we have at 0.87576 is still holding true as a new mini support there. We're still waiting. Alright, let's see here. We got 5 more minutes and then we're going to end the stream, but we're still in the trade. And if you're in my Telegram group, you'll know when I get out. But we are going to hold for another 5 minutes, see what this last one does. But we are still in an uptrend, which is solid. See what this 1 hour looks like. New 1 hour candle is a little bearish, but it's tiny. It's got a really tiny body, which is positive. It's going to take another 2 hours for this thing to get up to here, but fairly confident it will, based on the technicals. Alright, we got 3 minutes till the new 15-minute candle. I know this chart's kind of marked up. It might be a little bit hard to read, but you get the gist here. I'll lock it all, make sure we're all solid there. And 2 more minutes till we get a new candle.
Nationwide is so much more than a great insurance company. They're one of America's largest financial services companies. Like how...
Still holding that little green support strong. Only holding 2% drawdown too. Not bad at all. Alright, we're about to get this new candle here. Alright, 8:30. Let's see what this new candle does. There's a pretty big bearish candle there to finish on that 15-minute. Didn't quite engulf the previous one though, so it's not a bearish engulfing candle at all, which is good. Almost a 2-hour stream today. Alright, well, Chris, Migio, Lola, everyone that came to watch, I do appreciate it, guys. I'm going to end the stream here. We just hit the 2-hour mark, and we're still going to stay in this trade. I would watch this just for your own learning, and you can see what happens. If anyone has any interest in getting my ebook and joining my Telegram, it's only 25 bucks. I'll put the link down here. Here's the link if you guys are interested. All my live trading's free though. Any trade I take in live, it's all free. But for 25 bucks a month, you can get all my trades, everything I do on a day-to-day basis in terms of trading. But you'll get ebook access, access to the Telegram, and access to asking me questions whenever through Telegram. So again, I appreciate you guys watching. Chris, appreciate you, man. You guys have a good rest of your night, or daytime, I guess, where you are. Go watch the last football game of the night and call it. But thank you guys. Much love. I appreciate it.